Hello, YouTube. I'm back again. I might be a few minutes early again. I can never seem to get this thing timed right. So we'll just stick around for a minute or two. Okay. Today I want to talk about. The wheels are in motion. Now, what I mean by that is that over the last few years, we're gonna see some strange things, and now that we are in the midst of a pandemic, which I tell everybody this is a SHTF event, is it what you thought it was gonna be? You know. Hey, my grandson is here. Hey, Shaky, and the Detroit Prepping is here, and D Griffin is here. Hey, D. Uh, Rita K. Face say it all. Okay. Hello from Florida, man. I wish I had Florida weather. But that's okay. We got sunshine and 50 degrees here today. No snow. Hey, Donna Humphrey is here. So let me get to the chat. We in the middle of like I said, a SHTF event, and it is like I said in one of my other videos. It's not what we expected. I mean, it's going slowly, but it's picking up steam with this virus and this vaccine thing. Now that they found that some people are having problems with it because they got allergies and they didn't notice when they was testing it, which is kind of strange to me. They spent all this time testing and they didn't know if you had allergies, you couldn't take it. Well, that's something totally outrageous. Hey, Homestead Aquarius and Uncle Al is here, Bullfrog 79. Hey, Val Gutierrez. Hey, Teresa Law Binger. Hey, Simply Jan Homestead and Agrophobic Adam. I love that name. and Laura Bird. Try it, buy it, and make it and sell it. And Annie Oakley 77. How you guys doing? That's good. Okay. Teresa's from Wisconsin. Man, Wisconsin has a lot of stuff up there going on right now. They really do. They have a lot of stuff going on right there in Wisconsin. Okay, so let me get back to it. The reason I was saying the wheels, I knew it all the time. Now, supposedly, well, not supposedly because it was on regular news, not one of them fake news channels. It was on the regular news. This 87-year-old former Israeli space security chief claims that aliens exist and that the presidents, including Trump, knows all about it, and they don't want to be put out in public because they worry about what humanity might do because we're not ready. So now this is the former head security guy of Israel. You know, Israel don't fool around. They don't make false claims like this. You know that because they have too much to lose. So, like I said, those of you who think I'm crazy when I be talking to aliens, wake up. Wake up. 90% of our problems we have is because of them quietly as they kept. And like I say, 2022 is all going to be out in the open. They're going to come out and say, hey, we can save you when they caused all the problems. But anyway, our Congress, again, is acting up. Both sides can't seem to agree on anything, which is, the world is a very, very ugly place right now. And our Congress is not making America a very safe place. Okay, so let me get back to what I was talking about because I'm drifting again. I was talking about how we're in the middle of a food shortage. I mean, I've been talking months about the food shortage, and some people listen, some people don't. But I'm telling you now, you better get your food together because see what you don't know is China. China is not our friend. China been buying up all the world's food. They have been buying up all the world's food. They buying up all the food they can get. They buying food from us, and they don't even like us anymore. But I'm telling you, pretty soon we ain't gonna have enough food to feed our own people because China is buying up all the food. See, like I say, the wheels are in motion. You know, we are going to be in serious conditions, serious, you know, shape here. You know, and then you see all the rich people are still leaving. Hey, Willie Grove and Global Scientific, how you guys doing? Okay, good. And I'm just telling you now because see, hey, I'm just telling you now, be ready. If you live in an apartment, a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't prep because I live in an apartment." If you live in an apartment, you can still prep. You don't have to have food like a garage stacked up to the top or anything like that. You can get you a pail. You can get you a bucket. You can get you anything. You can get you a shelf in the closet. Just start putting away food. Start now. Start putting away food because if you don't and you waiting for FEMA to come and help you, excuse me. Every time I say FEMA, it makes me laugh. It's not gonna happen. FEMA is a total failure. You know what I mean? Hey, Brooke Jimmy, sir. Sorry, mispronounce your name. But I do that a lot of times. I can read them okay, but I just can't say them okay. That's going back years. Okay, and our government is failing us as far as when we were thinking back. If you think back maybe 3 years ago when we started, you know, taking seriously about if something going to happen, actually right after Katrina, which is longer than 3 years ago, we started figuring that we need to help the people, and the government say, well, we're going to put an organization into power, and they put FEMA into power. You know, FEMA was never authorized by Congress. George Bush just threw it in there and say, "This is what we got." And he did that. He did one of them presidential things they do, and that's how we got FEMA. That's why a lot of people don't like FEMA. I don't really care for FEMA myself because I knew this was going to happen. It was just false hope. And I used to get on here and make videos and ask people, you know, would you be staying at home or would you bugging out, and why did you prep? You know, a lot of people, they were saying that their kids was telling them not to prep because the government is going to come and save them. I'm going to ask you right now, do you think the government is going to come and save you right now? We're in the middle of a pandemic. They can't even save themselves. How are they going to come and save us? You better start putting away food. The books and the okay, yeah, because you know if you live in an apartment, man, especially if you're in a big city, it's gonna be hard for you because see, like I said in one of my other videos, people, you know, you got the bad people in every apartment building, and you got the ones that's gonna probably start going to door to try to take whatever they can get because they're bigger and stronger. That's why you need a weapon. I'm gonna say this every time: get your Second Amendment rights together. That's why back when this pandemic first started, they sold like 111,000 guns in like 2 months out in California. So that was kind of crazy. But you got to do what you got to do. Because see, if you live in a small place, a tiny house or a small apartment, you can make room. You can always make room. Because if you don't, hey, doing redneck things with Tony and Leanne Larson, if you don't, you can be in serious trouble. And I recommend anybody and everybody that watch any of my videos, start prepping now. After you watch my video, if you never prepped before, go out and buy a couple of cans. You know, some soup or some rice or some beans. Only thing you're gonna have a problem with is probably stacking lots of water. But that's when you need to get on there and learn how to purify water. Because see, you might be stuck with just what's coming out your tap. You never know how those sewer treatment plants are working. Because see, I seen the other day also we done had a solar flares. You know, on a scale of 1 to 5 with a 3. Solar flares are dangerous. I mean, everybody worried about the EMP. That is an EMP. If that solar flare get any stronger, or they get any stronger because the sun is acting up there, I don't know what's going on with the sun. You get like a 4 or 5, it could really affect the ozone layer and actually knock out power. It can knock out the grids. So you need to be aware of that too. But like I said, it's because they still growing and stuff like that. And you need to be aware of, like I said, the wheels are in motion. Once they get this vaccine going on. They say they're going to vaccine what is 1 million people in 100 days. They're gonna probably start giving you immunization cards, and they're gonna probably start giving you vaccine charts and food ration cards, because they won't let you go to the store unless you got your vaccine. You know, like they won't let you go to the store now unless you wear a mask. You know, like I said, it's all starting now. Hey, Anarchy TV. Yes, D Griffin. You know what? I seen that on AP Alaska. If you don't know who AP is, that's Alaskan Prepper. Right now, they're trading water on the stock market. Water. I thought back years ago when they started selling bottled water in the stores. I mean, because I'm a product of the '60s. So I guess I'm a baby boomer. You know, I was born in the '50s and I grew up in the '60s. But and we always drank tap water or whatever. And then all of a sudden they started selling bottled water in the mid '70s and '80s. I was like, what is that? You know, people buying water, paying $1, $1.50 for water, and now everybody buy bottled water. I don't know. So now they're selling it on the stock market. So who control the water, control the people. Like I say, that's the way it started. The wheels are in motion. The rich is gonna buy up all the water. They're gonna buy up all the food. Well, if we have any food left, they're buying up all the land. Y'all think I'm lying? You look at the rich people. They're buying up land in South Dakota. I mean, I'm not talking about 100 acres or 200 acres. I'm talking about thousands of acres. They're buying up land in South Dakota, Colorado. You know, down in New Mexico. Well, Bill Gates gonna build a whole town down in the desert down there. They must know something. I mean, besides the spaces they got in Greenland and New Zealand and all them places, they buying up land here. You see what I'm saying? So we got to be ready. I mean, it's not gonna be pretty when it goes down, but we don't exactly know what's going on, and we never do. You can't. Yeah, guns or butter back in them days. You know, you had your choice. You know, they decided to manufacture guns other than butter. And butter was a high commodity. You didn't have butter for your bread in them days, so you know that was like stealing a horse. So yeah, he did some credible time with stealing butter. Speaking of stealing, day for yesterday, I was watching news here, local news, and I see we had 2 Amazon trucks get hijacked. I mean, times are hard here. That's probably Amazon calling me, asking me, do I know anything about it? No, that's not it. Every time I'm on here live, that phone will ring. I don't know who. There's nobody there when I answer it. And I think it's YouTube might be calling me, telling me to watch what I say, or the man in black or whatever. But anyway, I'm just joking. But like I said, yeah. So times are tough here. Like I told you, we had bank robberies, and now we got Amazon trucks getting hijacked. They're still in prisons, Christmas presents. So I don't know. You know, it's just crazy. I mean, we're not into George Orwell yet. You know, 1984, but I think we're closer to Fahrenheit 451. You know, if you ever watched that movie, how they was banned and stuff. I think they're gonna ban YouTube, at least to some of the YouTube stations out here. But that's a whole other story. Because I know they are already getting rid of some of the stations. And another thing that I didn't mention, I should have mentioned at the beginning about the cyber attacks. Now people don't understand. They won't tell you about cyber attacks. They're trying to keep it. How should I say? They're trying to keep it undercover because they're afraid if the public knew how close we were to losing our grid, they will panic. They don't want to panic. And we're being cyber attacked every day, and they're getting through. Like the other day, they hit one of our hospitals up here, and they went into the medical insurance thing, something like that. Well, anyway, but they didn't get. They say they didn't get the information and stuff, but still they penetrated into it. And these people, they sit up there constantly, 18, 19, 20 hours a day, trying to get into our grid. So we need to wake up because see, things are gonna happen fast, and all of a sudden we're gonna wake up one morning. There's gonna be no power, no water, no nothing, and ain't nobody gonna know what's going on. And if you're waiting, like I said, if you're waiting for your local responders to show up, all I gotta say is remember Katrina and Louisiana down there in New Orleans. Those guys went home to their families, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. While you are saving somebody else's family, your family could be getting killed. So, like I said, you gotta pick and choose. You're right, my grandson. You're right, Shaky. Nostradamus did predict this, and so did the Bible. The Book of Revelation, and it's all coming to pass. And we in the end times. There's no doubt about it. So we just gotta see what we're gonna make out of it. You know what I mean? They already said we got the last pope that's gonna be the pope here. They did some guy did a Bible thing about the pope, so they said this is the last pope. After this pope, there won't be any more popes, which is the end of everything, I guess. So, like I said, so you don't know what's going on here. You really don't know. You really don't know. So anyway, like I said, I'm trying to let the people in the apartments know, because we got where I live at in the city here, we got a lot of apartments. We don't have as many as they have in the suburbs, because when you get out of the city, there's a lot of apartments start popping up everywhere. So I'm just trying to tell them, look, don't be afraid to start putting stuff away. I know some of you are heading for hard times already, where you don't even have a paycheck coming in, you're on unemployment, and you're about to get evicted, but still, you try to do what you can. Romaine noodles is not that expensive. Put away stuff, because pretty soon the people that's helping you won't be able to help themselves, and then you're going to be really in trouble. You're in trouble, they're in trouble, everybody is in trouble. Right now, we on the cusp of a total financial collapse. A lot of people don't understand that. They think I'm joking, because some people are still doing okay, but they don't feel the impact. You can start to feel the impact when you go to the grocery store and you see the prices are raising higher. You know what I mean? They're getting up there. So you need to start realizing that that's the beginning. That's the start. When the prices start to go up like that for your food and stuff like that, or you can't find your stuff on the shelf that you usually get, and then or the new thing is for they make you not realize that the prices are going up, is that they used to buy a 16-ounce bag. Now that bag been cut down to a 10-ounce bag. Come here. Okay, it's my grandson. I gotta give him some cheeses. I'll be babysitting. Here you go. Hey, here you go. There you go. All right, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Yeah, it's my grandson. He watching Monster House over there on TV while I'm doing my live video. So anyway, sorry I got distracted. Like I said, the world is going crazy. Matter of fact, speaking of money, like I was saying earlier, I bet a lot of you didn't know that the country is gonna run out of money this week. Again, we were about to get closed down because the government didn't have any money, because that bill that they passed back here a few months ago, it ran out. So what they did was they signed a stopgap measure, so we can have money to run another week. So after this week, after next week, basically, if they don't sign a bill, another one to give us money, for the government to keep running. I think they signed a $1.4 trillion bill to keep the government running. They're going to have to work through Christmas. And you know how our government hate to work through their vacation time. And they got a 3-week vacation coming up, right? After next week. And you know how them politicians are. They're full of shit. I mean, excuse me. They in for themselves. Especially all the congressmen and stuff. And then they keep distracting us with all this stuff that doesn't really benefit us. And we just sit up here and we just keep going on and on and on. And we choosing sides, we fighting among ourselves, and it's just getting terrible. It's just getting terrible. And like I said, if you're waiting for a check to come from them out of this Homeland Security thing, it ain't gonna happen, because they playing the game again. You hear 1 week, oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give these people the money, we're gonna cut out the $300, but we're gonna give everybody $600 and stuff like that. It's a game. It's an emotional game. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna wait and wait and wait and wait because it's all a part of a deep state. And because they work at restaurants and retail stores and stuff like that, they wait until people that actually have jobs and those jobs go under or things get too tough for them, especially the wintertime. You know how I don't know where you live at, but up here in the north, heating your house could cost you a fortune. You know what I mean? So, hey, Desway. So, like I said, they trying to break us so they can control us. I mean, I might get this video tagged and taken down, like I said, but it's true. It's true. And then, like I said, something's going on with the sun. Something. You know how I felt about the moon, and I don't know what's going on, but I know Venice over in Italy had flooding. They didn't even know it was coming, but they did have a flood over there. So I was like, wow, the moon controls the tide, and the tide just came in out of nowhere and flooded it. But like I say, things are gonna happen. And things are happening, picking up. They begin to pick up. That's what I should say. They pick it up fast. And it was funny because I lost another family member, as I said. My brother-in-law Sam Estavio Moro. He passed away last weekend. He had some kind of blockage in his stomach and complication from COVID because he had got COVID while he was in there. So just say a prayer for my nephew and his family and my sister-in-law. Yeah, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like I said, we're gonna end up like the Hunger Games. I don't know if you guys ever watched that. We're gonna end up like the Hunger Games. Full Sky Prepper. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. So so that's like number 4 this year for us. 3 family members and a very, very close friend that I've known over damn near 60 years. But so it's crazy. Yeah. So let me get back to what I was talking about, because like I said, I have a tendency to drift. Now, when things do happen bad, like I say, things are in motion. I mean, you can't stop it now. You can't stop it now. Things we didn't believe was gonna happen is gonna happen. I mean, we say, well, it ain't gonna happen because our government won't let it happen. But you're seeing what happened already. With the elections and all this other craziness that's going on here. Things that we didn't believe happened is gonna happen. All right, it's all part of the deep state. They're gonna do everything to keep themselves in a position where they control the people. It's all about power. It ain't about money. These people, they got, like I say, these people like Bill Gates and all these other millionaires, they got money. They, like I say, they buying up as much of America they can. They buying up all the vacant land that they can out in the Midwest and out west in the Dakotas and Colorado. They buying up all that stuff. And then they trying to get you to take this poison, but that's a whole different story. But I'm saying, look, Alaska Prepper said it best. Start getting gold and silver. A lot of you don't have the extra money to get gold and silver. Then you got jewelry. I know you got jewelry. I mean, over the years you've been buying rings and necklaces, all that other bling. I'm not talking about no MC Hammer type bling where you get the big chain around your neck or Flavor Flav with the big clock and all that stuff. I'm just saying you need to have something bartering to other than food and ammo, because food and ammo, you might actually not want to barter that, because I wouldn't barter ammo, period, unless it's for medicine that I can't get, because you need medicine, because it don't matter how much ammo you got if you're dead. So anyway, and then food, you never know how much food you need, because see, things might change quickly and you might get other people that you didn't expect to get. And that happens all the time. If you have like a Sunday dinner or a holiday dinner and all of a sudden you set it for 15 people or something like that, and you end up with 3 extra people because they brought people, you don't turn them away. You feed them. At least that's the way I was taught. As far as Sunday and holiday dinners, you never turn anybody away at the holidays. But when SHTF happened and you in your bunker or your place, you might have to turn away some people. You might even have to turn away some family members. It depends how much stuff you got and how long you might think you're gonna need it. And that's gonna be the hardest thing for a lot of people to do. But like I said, you're gonna have to do what you need to do because see, it's gonna be your survival and your group survival or their survival. You might have enough food put away for maybe a year, 2 years, and all of a sudden you get extra 3 or 4 miles to feed that you wasn't expecting. Now you do the math. Now you done cut that 2 or 3 years in, maybe down to a year. So you never know. You never know. See, that's one thing about prepping. Prepping is a thing that you never know what's going to happen, but you got to prep for everything. And that's what we need to do. And if you don't prep for everything, you get in trouble. See, me, I prep mostly for the weather, though, but I prep for everything else, because, if you see my video on the snow, December 1st, we got 7 inches of snow on the 1st of December. And it's just a start. We're going to get snow, cold weather, -1 degree temperature, like Milwaukee. Milwaukee going to get that. Detroit going to get that. Any places up north is going to get that now down along the Carolina coast and down to Florida and down the Gulf. You guys know you might get a hurricane or a tornado or anything coming up through there, because the weather always changing. And we got to be ready for everything. Hey, man, sad, shattered ankle. Hey, hefty lefty. Yeah, so like I said, okay. Like I say, hey, my Alabama farm life. Yeah, so you never, like I say, you never know. I just read some comments. So you never know what might happen. So you got to be ready because see, we in the. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna give you a timeline. I'm gonna go a timeline on from 1 to 20. Okay, right now we're going on from 1 being the best to 20 being the worst. Like when you go to the hospital, they say, "How is your pain?" And then you got to tell them give them a number. I'm gonna give you a number on this pain right here, where we at right now. I'm gonna say we're at a 4. I say we're at a 4, but I predict 2021 before that end, we'll be at an 8. All right. See, this is only a 4. This is because see, we can still go to the store. We still got electricity. We still got running water. We still got a lot of things, but we also have people getting sick and people dying. Now, after this vaccine, if it works or if it don't work, then the economy gonna crash. I mean, either way, work or don't work, the economy gonna crash. It's just a matter of time. We threw too much money into Wall Street that we never gonna get back. Then we got to pay people right now because they need help. And the only thing you can do is give them money. That's what our government do. They throw money at you because you can't depend on FEMA to do anything. He can't. What can you do? It's all about money, and we're gonna end up like Venezuela, where money ain't gonna be worth a damn. Worth anything. Gotta get $100 million in Venezuela. It's like $8 here. So I'm just saying, it's just gonna be bad. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just one of them things. And we got to do what we can do to keep from going into a 1920s type depression. Like I said, we already got the crime rate here in the city increasing. Hijacking trucks, robbing banks. We may have got 1 or 2 of those a year, but now we getting them 2 or 3 at a time. So it's just crazy. And like I said, they're gonna be doing it. They're gonna probably doing the black market thing pretty soon. It's gonna be crazy out here, and there's nothing like I say we can do about it because that's the way it is. But like I say, we at a 4, and I predict by the time we get out of 2021, we'll be at an 8 or higher out of a 20. See, and that's because the financial collapse is gonna happen, and if a solar flare or some bad weather come in, that can jump up to maybe a 10. The only thing keep us going is that we can still go to the store. We can still buy stuff if you got money. And if you got family, they got your back, so you're in pretty good shape. But if not, we're gonna be, like I say, we're gonna be in pretty bad shape. And that's why I'm telling people right now, if you in a small house where I'm in a big house, not the big house. I mean, I got a big house, but I mean, if you in a small house and you think you ain't got no room to prep, you can go in. Like I say, if you got an attic or you got a basement or you got some place where you can store some food, build you some racks. I would tell you. Perfect example. Dev's Way. If you ever go to a video where you see where she took a sewing room and she got the racks from the store, yeah, and they put the racks in there, and now she got a nice pantry, very nice pantry. So you need to go check that out if you can. But like I say, anybody and everybody can do this. All you got to do is put your mind to it because you're going to need to do it. And like I say, I know I may be repeating myself. I know I may have said this quite a few times, but I'm trying to get the word to everybody. It's going to be bad. I mean, this is December. And like I say, it's going to really be bad in 2021. And like I said, people are actually going to be fighting in the streets. I think so. I think it's going to be some fighting in the streets. So I hate to say that, but you know how people are. You know, they used to have food riots in other countries. And I think we're going to have that here. We're going to have food riots here. And I think it's coming. That's my grandson. So only thing we can do is just pray. Just pray that stuff don't go bad like I think it will be, because it's going to be in the wintertime too, and we already have these people out here. You know, they were just practicing. They were just practicing this past summer. You know what I mean? Antifa and all them places that want to overthrow the government. You know what I mean? They don't believe in the government. They want to overthrow the government. There's always people like that, and it's going to be bad. We're going to have them out there, and then, like I said, the aliens are going to start actually popping up more and more. Their agenda is, you know, people say, "Oh, there you go, the alien stuff." I told you at the beginning of this thing that the Israeli space security chief claims that aliens exist and that our presidents, including Trump, knows about it. And the only reason that they ain't came out is they're afraid that humanity is not ready. You know why we're not ready? Because we're not ready to give up our planet. And that's the reason why they want to take your guns. See, they know they can't come here and do anything to us if you got guns. You know, we got an armed planet. I'm just telling you. You know, you can't, you just can't land on Mr. Gilmore's property and say, this is mine. Now I claim this for our planet. No, Mr. Gilmore give you some buckshots or some double lot buckshots or something like that, or maybe some slugs. But I'm just saying, we got to watch that Second Amendment thing, because if they disarm America, it's time to move on. Because see, we won't have a chance. We won't have a chance in hell. That's the only thing that are keeping this government together, is the fact that we have people that do have weapons, that is armed, is keeping this country together. Because see, like I said, there I go again, drifting, talking about the Second Amendment. But like I say, I'm a big Second Amendment person. I'm not one of these people that was talking about getting rid of your guns, and then all of a sudden when this flu epidemic hit, they went out and bought a record number of weapons. You can't even find bullets and stuff in it, because all them people that saying, "Nah, get rid of your guns. We got the police. We got the police." You ain't gonna have no police. I keep saying that, and people just don't understand. Because put this in your mind. I know I'm talking to the choir right now, because everybody here understands. Everybody here understands that if you wake up one morning, there is no police force, defunded or not, because they go home because stuff happened, and they go home to their families. Okay. And there's no firemen, you know, because they go home to their family. They getting tired of getting shot at out there with no protection. What are you going to do to protect your family? I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm not saying that to go out and kill nobody. I'm not saying to put nobody's head on the pike. I know I never forget that guy put that up there and said he'll put some people's heads on the pike. I'm not into that. I just don't want nobody to bother me because I'm not gonna be bothering them. I just want everybody to have their stuff, and I got my stuff. Everybody need to be prepared. You know, if you prepared, you don't have to worry about this stuff. But if you're not prepared, then you got to worry about this stuff. You got to worry about who you gonna go out and rob or try to take their stuff. See, that's the problem I have in the big city here. See, I got to watch these people, you know, because they might. I know a lot of them not prepared. I see them going out there buying weed, buying weed, partying on the weekends, you know, turning it up. What they call it, turning it up in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just can't figure it out. They're not prepared. They mindset, but they're young people. So I guess young people believe they can party and live forever until forever comes tomorrow, and then they got to make it right with the man upstairs. And I'm not talking about the landlord. I'm talking about God. But anyway, I'm drifting again. The polar shift. See, everything is in motion. See, a lot of people not talking about the polar shift or the land mass and everything. The polar shift is not the planet flipping over. Okay, so people don't worry about that. See, a lot of people think, oh, the poles are going to switch. The whole planet going to flip over from one side to the other side, from north to south. No, it's the pole, the electronic, the magnetic poles. You know, the outside is switching, it's moving. It don't have to move all the way around. You know, a couple of hundred miles affect the weather and everything else. It causes flood. I mean, you know, you can wipe out a whole landmass. You can take, let's say, for example, if it shifts like 200 miles, it could take out the Philippines and all that stuff over the South China Sea. They all be underwater. And then you'll get new landmass on the other side coming up, new islands and stuff. But I'm just saying that's what we worried about. That's what they should be worried about. Because I'm not the first one that says this, because I looked into it. I'm saying, why is it so important? Then I realized that if the poles keep shifting, the waters are going to shift. That water's going to move. It's just like if you got water in a plate or something, and you moving, you walking, that water just splashing back and forth, and then when you decide to put it down, you put it down or not. The other side gonna be dry where you had everything evened out. But that's what's gonna happen, and a lot of people don't see it coming. You say the ant and the grasshopper don't have the same work ethic, and the ants have jaws to eat the grasshopper that they blundered into the nest. Yep. I seen that. Grasshoppers, beetles, prey mantis. I seen them all. We see when I was younger, we used to catch bugs. You know, that's why I'm not scared of bugs. We used to catch prey mantis. We used to catch grasshoppers. We used to catch the flying grasshoppers. We love the flying grasshoppers because we used to get some thread, some regular sewing thread, and tie it around their head and throw them up in the air and wake them, and they'll fly. They'll fly until their heads pop off. I mean, because we got thread around their head, but we used to do that. We used to catch grasshoppers and just try to make them fly, or we would put them in a glass jar and we'll put them in there with a prey mantis and some bees. I always put bees in there. I don't know why, but I mean, because they were easy to catch because we had a flower tree. And I'm drifting again. But anyway, we'll put them all in the same jar, and eventually the prey mantis kill them all. But we got stuff here that we never had before too. Speaking of that, we got killer hogs. We had hogs before, but now they're more aggressive. Those feral hogs. Then we got what they call those hornets, killer hornets. I don't understand. Where do they come from? I mean, we never had this stuff. First, we had the ants. Remember the ants? They've been moving their way up toward the north for a while now. Those ants, I think they came from like South America. Those ants. I mean, we get all kinds of stuff. That's why I figure I can't bug out in the woods. First of all, I can't recognize poison. Well, I can't recognize poison ivy, but I can't recognize poison oak. I probably go out there. The first thing I do is I try to go take a poop, and next thing I know, I got poison oak on my butt. And that's not gonna be a pretty sight. Yeah. So anyway, it's crazy out here. But a lot of people gonna try to do that. Like I said in my other video, a lot of people that's unprepared. See, and that'll be a good thing for me, believe it or not, if they decide to leave the city. And a lot of people right now, because they hear people saying we're gonna leave the city, but they're not prepared. They don't have a knowledge of footwear or what kind of clothes to wear. They're gonna go out there in Crocs and clogs and canvas tennis shoes and heels and stuff like that, trying to go out there in the woods and get killed. You know, they go, like I say, they gonna think, oh, that's a pretty flower, and that flower is just as poisonous and stuff like that. They gonna get all kinds of sprained ankles. Hey, unpaid explorer. Yeah. So they don't have any kind of training, and all they know is what they see on TV. You know, they see people on TV. What's that Survivor? They see them people on the Survivor. They say, I can do that. Or Naked and Afraid. You know, they say, I can do that. Until they get out there. You get out there, you try to bug out in the wintertime up here right now. You know, it's cool. It's cool. Like I say, it's 50 degrees here, sunny today. But tomorrow, it could change to 29 degrees. And you out there and you got one of them, you know, like a Michael Jackson jacket, you know, them Thriller jackets. You out there in that woods and you like just because you freezing to death, you don't know how to make a fire. You never learned. Nobody ever showed you how because you never watched prepper channels. You thought preppers was crazy. That's okay. We could be a little crazy, but we're going to be safe. We're going to be well fed and warm while you're going to be hungry. That's my grandson back. He's over there watching the movie, eating Cheez-Its. Here you go. You ready? You're welcome. Go ahead. Yeah. See, he like me. He likes Cheez-Its. See, I love Cheez-Its. You keep coming back getting Cheez-Its while you watching the movie. So anyway, it's what you gotta say. I'm a city girl and I do better in the concrete jungle. Smart girl, New York City. Yes, that's why I'm staying. It ain't like that I can't go out. I've been in the woods before. I did camping. You know, I was a Boy Scout, and then I went camping afterwards. I'm a fisherman because I'm up here by the lake. Go fish and stay all night. You know, I don't even sleep in the car because I don't sleep. I stay up all night fishing. You know, I sleep when I'm on my way home and somebody else drive. But I'm used to the weather. Plus, I was a mailman for 30 years. But like I say, you learn stuff, and if you're not learning stuff, you're in trouble. And that's what a lot of these people are. And you figure, like I say, what is it, 330 million people here in America? 330 million people. And a lot of them gonna die. They predicting 100 million people would die in the first week of something that would seriously happen, like in a grid down situation, a long-term grid down situation. Tie that in with an economic situation and this virus thing. They figured that 100 million people would die in the first week. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? Someone would die from the elements, someone would die from violence, and someone would die just being stupid because they're gonna try to do stupid stuff. Prep the Cheez-Its. Yeah, yeah, I like baked stuff. See, I used to eat a lot of potato chips, but you know, like I've been losing weight, and so I don't eat potato chips like that anymore because it's greasy. You know, that grease and that saturated fat stuff. But now I eat baked stuff. You know, like nachos, chips that's been baked. Yeah, but like I say, it's gonna be something else. Bigfoot is the reigning hide-and-seek champion. Well, he gonna come out. Hey, let me tell you, 2021 or 2022, Bigfoot gonna come out of hiding. He's working for those lizard people that I talk about. That people think I'm crazy when I talk about the lizard people, but I don't really care because I talked about stuff before people thought I was crazy, and sure enough, it happens. It's too much evidence. It's too much evidence. People be trying to discredit it all the time, and every now and then they leak a little bit out of the time. Like I was telling you about, we do have aliens. Why in the world would our government create a space force? We had NASA. I mean, we had NASA. I mean, we want to go through to traveling up into the planet, but now we got actual military force. You see what I'm saying? Now they say there's people living in Mars right now that we sent up there that's up there living not on Mars, in Mars. So I don't know. You know, I always tell you that the moon is hollow. The moon is just a, what should I say, a sphere. It's like, it's not a Death Star, but it wasn't put there. It was brought here because the moon it only comes around the Earth. I mean, it doesn't act like a lot of other things that should be. It doesn't spin anything. I mean, the moon, it doesn't rotate. It just stays in that one position. You got the light side, the dark side. That's the only thing you see is the light side. You don't know what's going on that dark side. You know. So I'm just saying, it's a lot of things going on the inside of that moon because it's hollow. And when things do come to fruition and do happen that's bad, we're gonna really get stuck with this. I mean, see, a lot of people don't realize there's 90 meteors out there that's the size that's how should I put this? There's 90 meteors that's out there right now that's heading our way that could destroy this entire planet. You know, over larger than a mile long. But they're not going to hit us, so they say, but they're going to come close. We already had, I don't know how many come close. We had a few hitters and stuff like that. We had a few that they couldn't explain. They Bigfoot eats the lizard people. I don't know, but you know, I don't know. They might be like the lizard people in V. You ever see the V when that girl took that mouse in the TV series V? Whew. Man, I never seen that. Hey, Magic Ball. Hey, JB. Yeah, so it could be a whole lot of things. It could be a whole lot of things. Yeah. Let's just. Oh, somebody. Okay, that's what talking about my nephew. Okay, yeah. My grandson. But anyway, like I said, everybody here watching me, we all prepared. We all preppers. We know the situation, like I say, but we need to try to tell everybody else, because I tell a lot of my relatives, I really do. And a lot of them tell me this. Oh, you got stuff. I say, yeah, I got stuff. So yeah, I got stuff. But they say, in other words, they're telling me that they're gonna come to my house with stuff. If you make it down here, ain't no guarantee I'm gonna let you in, because if I told you, don't go out and turn it up or whatever you are doing that y'all need to prepare. Yeah, well, I had to give you a can and tell you to go ahead on, because some of them don't. Some of them time because they're not gonna survive. They like locusts, and everybody got family members like that. That's like locusts. And like I said, I got a big family, and plus I got like my group, and I got to look out for the group because they contributed. You know what I mean? I just can't say, well, this is my family, you can come on in. I can say I can help them out, tell them what they need to do. Hey, LA Prepper, but they're gonna have to just do something else. You know, it depends on the situation and how much food I'm gonna have by then, unless they bring something to the table. Ain't that what they say? It was this one movie I watched a long time ago, and this guy said this thing, and I never forget it. The movie was called Then Came Bronson. This motorcycle guy, he was taking this girl across country or something like that. She was hitchhiking, and they was out there chipping bricks, and she didn't want to chip bricks. She just sat there while this guy chipped bricks all day long. And at the end of the day, he got paid, and he went over there and bought him some eggs, and he scrambled up some eggs and stuff. And she said, well, where my eggs? You know what he said? You don't work, you don't eat. And that's the way I feel about prepping. If you're not prepping, you don't eat, because I'm not going to feed you. Let's say Gun Coast to Coast. How you doing? You say, don't show up empty-handed. That's right. I mean, I help you out if you bring something to the table. You got to bring something. You know what I mean? I mean, you ain't got to bring everything. I mean, I'm not expecting you to bring 5-gallon tubs of this is not a holiday dinner. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing kills me about some people. They go over somebody's house and don't bring a gift. you know, but that's okay. You know, somebody have a new house and have a housewarming party, or they go to a wedding reception, you know, bring a gift, you know, but that's okay. Because they will, because when this stuff get bad, we hit like level, like what was it? Uncle Al say level 4. You're gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, and I probably won't be on then because they probably take my channel down because they're purging. They're purging a lot of guys right now. They removing their channels to other sites like Patreon and other news and networks, and some they get good off of YouTube altogether. They go on these other sites. I don't know what all these other sites are, but because things are getting really crazy out there, and they taking down people's channels. They really taking down people's channels. Okay, you get some more cheeses. I think he over there might be feeding them to the pup. But him and the pup, they be over there all the time playing. So anyway, like I said, I'm preaching to the choir. I can't stay too long. I'm gonna probably do an hour, and then which is about another 8-9 minutes, and then I gotta go take care of him because I think he's getting bored over there. He wants to come play with his granddad, you know. So that's cool. My daughter said he keeps me young and makes me live longer. I had to laugh about that. Because when he gets to going, I can't handle him. But anyway, like I said, we're at the beginning. This is all about the wheels in motion. So don't be surprised. I mean, you got fake news already. You got fake news on both sides. I mean, they playing a little game with us. And they working with our minds and everything, you know what I mean? But we just got to work our way and read through the lines because I say things are going to get bad. And I say economically, if you don't have a lot of money, but you do have, you know, gold, silver, you know, always keep that on hand, you know, jewelry, you know, like I said, I got a gold ring, you know, I got a couple of them. I only read it one, but I said I got a couple more I keep, you know, in case I need to barter them, anything, you know, because see, money ain't gonna be worth nothing. It's gonna be Venezuela money, all right. And then, but the problem when everything happen and everything go bad, everybody gonna stop pointing the finger, and everybody knows what's happening. You can see what's happening. This been put in place for years. George Bush said the new world order is coming, and when he said that, if you was watching that and if you older than me, you should know. Go Buckeyes! Yeah, we in the title game. You should have been preparing then. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth, I didn't start preparing until about maybe 5 years ago. I started putting stuff away. Maybe 6 years ago, I started actually really putting stuff away, and then I started to do this channel about 3 years ago. But I mean, sometimes you think it's never gonna happen, and then one day you start seeing people that you know end up on the streets, end up living in shelters, and shelters are full. You can't get into shelters anymore. There's no room in the end. There's no room in the end. Wow. Wow. That's good. So anyway, you're gonna have to really be ready. And like I say, I'm basically ready, but like I say, I try to prepare for everything, but you don't know what's coming. Nobody knows what's coming. Nobody knows what's coming. Like I say, basically the only thing you know what's coming is bad weather. So that's one thing I can prepare for, you know, because we do get a lot of power outages here. Like I say, we get that heavy wet snow or we get rain. We get a lot of wind, you know, because of the lake. We get wind, but because Canada is right across the lake from me. I mean, I'm right on the lake. It comes right across the lake, and it knocks down a lot of trees and stuff like that. And like I say, I'm in a place where I got a lot of trees that are right up on the lake. So I got a lot of trees. And you got to be ready. I mean, if you can't prepare for nothing else, hey, Homestead, Northern Michigan, if you can't prepare for nothing else, prepare for the weather. If you don't take anything else from me when I be talking is make sure you got stuff for the blackout. Because see, if the weather do get bad, you know, especially if you're down around Florida and stuff like that, you know what I'm talking about? The hurricanes and the winds. It's the wind that can really cause problems. You know, you can ask a lot of people like in Kansas and stuff like that. They can tell you about the winds and down in the Gulf, the wind. And you know, the wind can knock out power at any moment. It could be a bright sunny day, but that wind can shift. The next thing you know, you're in bad shape. What are the native fish in Lake Erie? Walleye. We just had a small tournament that ended on the 30th of November. They had a small walleye tournament. I think a lady won. Yeah, well, we fish up here. Like I say, my brother owned a boat. He's at the marina. He's what do they call him? A rear admiral or something like that, or whatever they call them people. He's been there for years. He's been there. He's been retired for about 15 years, but he's been down there with his boat for years. That's his third big boat. He started off with a little small boat, you know. Then he had one that had a sleeper, just one cabin where you can sleep in. Then he had one that could sleep two. Then he got this last one that's a bigger one. You can sleep four. Got the stove and everything in there. Even got a bathroom. So you know he's been upgrading every year. You know he's been down there for a while. He's on 55th Marina. Yeah, I used to go down there all the time, hang out on this boat. Yeah, used to get on this boat, hang out on this boat. Yeah, but that's a whole other story. See, I'm drifting. But anyway, like I said, for the people, like I was saying, in the apartments, get you a place. I mean, it can be a closet. You know, just put stuff in the closet. I mean, you can put a few cases of water in there. You know, get rid of them shoes. I mean, I know some of the people, y'all have like 1,000 pair of shoes. I mean, 100 pair of shoes. You may not even wear some of them anymore. But I mean, make room, put some canned goods in there, put some noodles in there, some pasta, some rice, but you need to put some water in there too, unless unless you're gonna be able to purify water. You know what that is, you know, with an eyedropper of bleach into a gallon of water, something like that. But so excuse me. So you gotta be ready for it. No, you know, my grandson doesn't color the walls. He writes on the tablecloth, which pisses my wife off something terrible. She had to buy another tablecloth. He writes on the tablecloth with the ink pens because I leave ink pens laying all around the house when I be writing. And he did that. She wasn't very happy about that. Yep. Of course, I said he did it. But anyway, yeah. He's a good kid. He's over there with the dog now. You know, you ever see my little dog? He's about this big. And, you know, he's a Jack Russell Terrier. And the two of them, they like this. They like this. He'll go to sleep. He'll crawl up there with him. They'll be laying on the blanket together. I got pictures, you know, photo pictures. I don't have video of it. Yep. But anyway, I was talking about people in apartments. See, that's gonna be a thing that's gonna really cause a lot of people like nursing homes. I don't know what you're gonna do in a nursing home. You're not allowed to have your own food. I mean, some of these nursing homes, you're not allowed to have your own food. You're not allowed to have a weapon in there. You know, they don't even like you to have a pocket knife. You know, one of them little small Swiss Army pocket knife. They don't want you to have anything in there. So if you're in a nursing home, I recommend that before the shit happens, go move in with your relatives if you can, because it's going to be up to you to see if you can survive, because they're not going to take care of you. Okay. All right, Shaky. I'll see you later. Water is so important. Must have different ways to purify. You're right. I mean, you know, you got a lot of ways. I mean, you can boil it. You can purify it with bleach. You can make a water purifier out of sand, charcoal, and gravel. You know what I mean? You ever see that? You get your a container, a bottle, or a jar, or whatever. And you put layers of charcoal, gravel, sand, and a cloth at the end. So when you pour the contaminated water or the dirty water. You know, you can't, if it's contaminated, you can't drink it. But the dirty water through that, and it'll clean it out. Yeah, I mean, it's stuff you learn. You know, like I say, I know 2, 3 ways. You know, but a lot of people don't know this. But if something happened and I had to leave everything and I have to go out in the woods, I can still make it. But I gotta find shelter. I mean, I can sleep out in the woods maybe a couple of days if it's nice. But other than that, I'm getting out of here. Because see, I haven't seen any bears up here. I mean, I know they got them where my sister-in-law live at out in Ashtabula County. They got bears, but where I'm at, I got tons of deer, skunks, raccoons, possums. I got all that stuff, you know. But cause they're coming for the water, and I got streams, you know. I got little streams. I got the big lake. I mean, but you gotta make sure. Pig, yeah, that's the dog's name. Pig, guinea pig. Yeah, but you gotta make a way, and that's what I tell people. And like you hear me saying, since I've been talking a lot of things, you gotta learn things. If you watch videos and you don't learn anything, you just watching for entertainment, but you watch and you learn. And then what they tell you when you was in school, and that's another thing. Our educational system, they doing this on purpose to making the kids dumber. You know what I mean? They're making the kids dumber. They don't want the educated kids ruled. Everybody tell them, you know, like zombies. Follow them, don't do nothing. All right, then. I'll see everybody later. I got to go take care of my grandson, okay? So thank you for showing up, and I'm glad you guys showed up. Hey, Prepper Tribe, Prepper Veteran, I got to go. Thank you very much. Hi.